Now on your feet at 5, we are remembering trailblazer Colin Powell. The former Secretary of State and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff died this morning from COVID complications. He was also battling a blood cancer, which put him at higher risk for the virus. Today, current and former leaders remembered his legacy.
He gave the State Department the very best of his leadership, his experience, his patriotism. He gave us his decency.
He was the North Star for so many of us senior military.
Well, here in Cleveland, former and current congressional members are sharing their memories of Colin Powell and the legacy he leaves behind. Brandon Simmons joins us now with their reaction and what they remember most. Brandon?
Hi, Betsy. Yeah, the thing that's so special about Colin Powell is no matter who you speak with, Democrats and Republicans, the message is pretty much the same. Powell being remembered as a man of integrity and also a man of intellect. Now, his last public appearance here in Cleveland was back in 2014 when he spoke at a Cleveland Foundation event where he talked about communities coming together, Americans coming together. And that's how many current and former congressional members remembered him, calling him a unifier. Now, while Powell himself was a Republican, he worked closely with Democrats to do what was right for his country, serving as the chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and as Secretary of State, the first black man to ever do so. Although he often downplayed being a trailblazer, it's a title that many say he deserved.
He's a very measured man who was a great role model for the younger people of our country. He served our country with dignity in very difficult times.
Colin Powell, throughout his career, tried to find ways of bringing people together, no matter what their politics were. And I think that will certainly be an important part of his legacy.
Now, again, we heard from many people who were from a different political party who have disagreed with many of Powell's decisions over the years, but still there's a mutual respect for Colin Powell's work as a public servant. Now, one person told me that it was his ability to respect others' viewpoints and find common ground that made him special, and that's something that's missing from politics today. Colin Powell, of course, was 84 years old when he died.
Well, Brandon, we mentioned that Powell was battling a blood cancer. We've also learned Powell was fully vaccinated, yet still died from complications of COVID. That definitely raised some eyebrows today. Now, is this something that should cause alarm in people?
Yeah, I spoke to one of our local health experts. They say the simple answer is you should not be worried if you're healthy, even if you're elderly and you're fully vaccinated. We have to remember that he had this rare blood cancer and this weakened his immune system. And actually, this is the sort of case where it kind of tells us where all of us need to participate, get vaccinated so that we can protect these more vulnerable populations like which Powell would have fell in.
Certainly. Thanks so much for the insight, Brandon.